You
There is
will
a
not
woman
believe
named
what happened in the
Rachel
meeting
who works
just
as a
now.
dental
Go on,
hygienist
I want to
in
hear all the
Phoenix,
details.
Arizona. She earns $61,000 a year. She drives a 2019 Toyota Corolla. She carries a water bottle everywhere she goes, one of those stainless steel ones with a dent on the side.
No way,
Her
you actually
coworkers
did that.
describe her as practical,
That is
maybe even
unbelievable.
a little
Congratulations.
cheap. Last month at
I
an
can't believe
office
it either.
lunch, someone joked that Rachel probably still has the first dollar she ever earned. Everyone laughed. Rachel smiled and said nothing.
We are here to
What
talk about how
nobody
we
at
can
that
revive
table
your
knows
investments.
is
The
that
growth
Rachel
projections are
has put over
skyrocketing, showing gains from $92,000
$92,000
well
into
past
index
$150.
over the last 10 years. Not because she earns more than them. Several of her coworkers earn more. Not because she received an inheritance or married into money. Rachel simply stopped paying for 15 things that most people around her still pay for without questioning. 15 expenses that in 2026 no longer make any financial sense. Combined, those 15 changes save her $9,200 every single year. And at 8% average annual return, that $9,200 per year becomes over $421,000 across 20 years. $421,000 from things she does not miss, from things she stopped buying and never thought about again. Most people hear the phrase, "cut your spending," and immediately picture deprivation, eating rice and beans, canceling everything to fun, living like a monk. That is not what this is. What Rachel figured out is that the economy in 2026 has created a category of expenses that used to make sense and simply do not anymore. The alternatives are not inferior. In many cases, they are objectively better.
And as you can
The
see,
only
the
reason
moment the
people keep
wheel
paying
starts
is
spinning,
habit,
the rewards
marketing,
just pour
or
out.
the
It's
assumption that what
absolutely
they have
incredible.
always done is still the smartest option.
It
My
might
name is
seem
Marcus,
tough, but
and
cutting
I
these
have spent
impulse buys
years
is key to a
analyzing
healthy
where
budget.
money
If you found this
quietly
helpful, make sure to
disappears
hit that
in
subscribe
the
button.
average household budget, and which so-called necessities have become entirely optional. If you are looking for ways to free up real money without sacrificing your quality of life, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if this information helps you out.
Finding
Let me
the
walk
right
you through all
alternative can be
15.
complex.
For each
Let's
one,
look beyond the
I will
annual
give you the
cost
annual
and find the
cost,
door that offers the best
specific
20-year
alternative,
value.
and what that money becomes if you invest it over 20 years. The math on some of these will genuinely surprise you. Number 1, cable television. The average cable package in the United States now costs $150 per month. That is $1,800 per year for a service where you spend the first 20 minutes scrolling through channels you do not watch. In 2026, the free alternatives are not what they were 10 years ago. Tubi, Pluto TV, and the free tiers of several major platforms offer thousands of hours of content with no subscription. If
Why
you
pay
need live
$150
sports,
for cable
a
when you can get
$20
the
per
same
month
game streaming for
streaming
only
service
$20?
covers
That's
more
a
events
touchdown
than
deal right
most
there.
cable packages. The savings, $1,800 per year. Invested over 20 years at 8% annual return, that becomes approximately $82,000 from canceling a service that was already annoying you. Number 2,
Wake up, everyone!
new
This
textbooks.
mess isn't going to sort itself
If you are
out.
a college student or a parent of one, you already know this pain. The average student spends $1,200 per year on textbooks. What most people do not realize is that OpenStax, nonprofit supported now offers peer-reviewed textbooks for the most common college courses completely free. Library Genesis, university library digital lending programs, and rental services cover almost everything else. The publishing industry charges what it charges because students assume they have no choice. Annual savings, $1,200. Over 20 years invested, approximately $55,000.
Premium, regular, it doesn't
Premium
matter.
gasoline.
It's the exact same gas
Here is
from the
something
exact same
petroleum
tank.
industry does not
Don't fall for the
advertise.
hype.
Unless your vehicle manual specifically requires premium fuel, putting premium gasoline in a regular engine does nothing.
As you
Zero
can see,
performance
the
benefit.
premium fuel keeps the
Zero
engine running
engine
smoothly,
protection benefit.
while the regular fuel causes
The
significant
Federal
knocking
Trade
and
Commission
long-term
has stated
damage.
this explicitly. The octane rating affects combustion timing in high compression engines. If your car was designed for regular, premium is a pure marketing tax. The average driver who switches from premium to regular saves approximately $50 per month. Annual savings, $600. 20-year invested value, approximately $27,500. From putting the correct fuel in your car.
Are you
Number
sure
4,
we need this extended warranty?
This seems like
The
a lot of
retailer
pressure,
asks
and I'm
you
not
at
sure we can
checkout.
afford this right now.
The car dealership pushes one during the financing conversation. The electronics store offers one on your new laptop.
These profit margins are
Extended
completely
warranties are
misleading.
among the
We have
most
thousands of
profitable
unresolved
products
consumer
these
reports, and the
companies
warranty
sell,
fund is
and
gone.
the reason
It makes
they are
no
so
sense.
profitable is that the vast majority of them are never used. Consumer Reports found that the cost of the warranty exceeded the average repair cost in almost every product category. Here is what most people do not know. If you purchase the item with a major credit card, your card likely already doubles the manufacturer's warranty at no additional cost. Visa, MasterCard, and American Express all offer this on most of their cards. You are already covered. You just did not read the fine print. Annual savings from declining every extended warranty offered to you, approximately $400. Over 20 years, approximately $18,300.
$60? What is happening? Turn these things off!
The average gym membership in the United States costs $60 per month, which is $720 per year. Roughly 67% of gym memberships go unused after the first 3 months. The fitness industry's entire business model depends on people paying and not showing up. In 2026, the alternatives are not the shaky YouTube workout videos from 2012. Structured programs through free apps, outdoor fitness parks, resistance bands that cost $30 and last for years, and bodyweight programs designed by certified trainers are all available at zero ongoing cost. Annual savings, $700. 20-year invested value, approximately $33,000. And the data consistently shows that people who exercise outdoors report higher adherence rates than indoor gym users. Number 6, bottled water. The average American household spends approximately $500 per year on bottled water. A quality water filter costs between $20 and $40 and filters approximately 300 gallons before needing an $8 replacement cartridge. The Environmental Protection Agency regulates municipal tap water under stricter standards than the FDA applies to bottled water. Read that again because it matters. Your tap
Come
water
alive.
in most American cities is tested more rigorously than the water in those plastic bottles. Annual savings, approximately $500. Invested over 20 years, approximately $22,900. From drinking water that is already flowing through your kitchen. This is one of the first changes Rachel made 7 years ago. She has not bought a single plastic bottle since. She estimates that Switch alone has saved her over $3,500.
It can be confusing choosing the right medicine. Let's compare how these common pain relievers and allergy medications actually work.
Benadryl, Zyrtec. The store brand versions sitting on the shelf below them contain the exact same active ingredients in the exact same dosages. The FDA requires generic medications to be bioequivalent to their brand name counterparts. This is not a matter of opinion, it is federal law. The price difference is typically 40 to 60%. A family that switches entirely to store brand medications for pain relief, allergy treatment, cold remedies, and digestive aids saves approximately $30 per month. Annual savings, $360. 20-year invested value, approximately $16,500.
This
Number
is
8,
outrageous.
traditional
How can you
bank
justify
fees,
these maintenance
monthly
fees?
maintenance fees,
My account is
out of
completely
network
drained because of the
ATM
overdraft
charges,
fees.
overdraft penalties, paper statement fees. The average American pays $25 per month in various bank fees without questioning it. That is $300 per year going to an institution for the privilege of holding your money. Online banks like Ally and SoFi charge 0 monthly fees, reimburse ATM charges, offer higher interest rates on savings, and provide the same FDIC insurance as the brick and mortar bank charging you for everything. The only thing you lose by switching is the ability to walk into a branch, which most people under 50 have not done in years. Annual savings, $300. 20-year invested value, approximately $13,700. Number 9, food delivery app markups. This one is significant, and most people dramatically underestimate it. When you order through a delivery app, you are not just paying a delivery fee. You are paying menu prices that are typically 15 to 30% higher than in-restaurant prices, plus a service fee, plus a delivery fee, plus a tip.
I don't
a
understand.
Meal that costs
Is it $14 or $26?
in the restaurant
And why is the
costs
calendar saying
$22
$90 per month?
to $26
This is so confusing.
through the app. The average regular user spends approximately $90 per month more than they would buying the same food directly. Annual savings from picking up your own food or cooking the same meals, approximately $1,080. 20-year invested value, approximately $49,400. That is a meaningful number from a single behavioral change. Rachel said this was the hardest one to change. She used delivery apps 3 or 4 times a week, but once she saw the annual number, paying $12 extra per order stopped feeling like convenience and started feeling like a subscription she never agreed to. Let me pause here and put the first 9 together. If you stopped these 9 expenses alone, you would save $7,460 per year. Invested at 8% over 20 years, that becomes approximately $341,000. We are not talking about extreme frugality. We are talking about cable you do not watch, gas your car does not need, warranties you already have, a gym you stopped going to, water that is already in your kitchen, identical medications at half the price, bank fees that serve no purpose, and delivery markups you barely notice on individual orders. None of these reduce your quality of life, not one. The last 6 might seem smaller individually, but there is a reason I saved number 15 for last. It reveals something about how your brain processes spending that explains all the others. Number 10, paid antivirus software. This was essential in 2008. In 2026, it is almost entirely redundant for the average user. Windows Defender, which comes pre-installed and free on every Windows computer, consistently scores in the top tier of independent antivirus testing by AV Test Institute. Apple devices have built-in security that handles the vast majority of threats.
Your computer is showing a critical virus detected warning. It's imperative that you click the renew button right away to secure your
similar
system.
Products are protecting you from threats that your operating system already handles. They also tend to slow down your computer and bombard you with upsell notifications. Annual savings, $120. 20-year invested value, approximately $5,500. Not the largest number on this list, but money is money. Number 11, brand name cleaning products. Method, Mrs. Meyer's 7th generation. The marketing is beautiful. The bottles look elegant on your counter.
Don't fall for the fancy labels like Prestige Shine. As you can see from the structures, these $40 bottles use the same chemicals as simple $8 baking soda.
Ingredients. White vinegar, baking soda, and a $3 bottle of store brand all-purpose cleaner handle 90% of household cleaning. The specialized products create the illusion of necessity through packaging design and scent marketing. Annual savings from switching to generic and basic alternatives, approximately $240. 20-year invested value, approximately $11,000. Number 12, pre-cut and pre-packaged produce. The convenience markup on pre-sliced fruit, pre-washed salad kits, and individually wrapped vegetables averages 40 to 60% over buying the whole version of the same product. A head of romaine lettuce costs $1.70. The same amount of lettuce in a pre-washed bag costs $4.50. Multiply that pattern across every grocery trip for a year. Annual savings from buying whole produce and spending an extra 5 minutes with a knife. Approximately $400. 20-year invested value, approximately $18,300. Number 13, annual smartphone upgrades. The difference between this year's flagship phone and last year's model is, for most users, undetectable in daily use. Camera improvements are measured in percentages that matter to professional photographers and nobody else. Processor speed gains matter for gaming benchmarks and not for texting, email, and social media. Keeping your phone for 3 years instead of upgrading annually saves approximately $500 per year when you factor in trade-in values and financing. Annual savings, $500. 20-year invested value, approximately $22,900. The phone you have right now does everything you need it to do. The new one does the same things with a slightly different camera bump. Number 14, fast fashion. This is not an argument for wearing the same outfit every day. It is a math argument. The average American spends approximately $1,700. A significant portion of that goes to trend-driven pieces from fast fashion retailers that lose their shape after 5 to 10 washes. People who shift to buying fewer, higher quality basics and supplementing with thrift stores or resale platforms spend approximately $1,200 per year on clothing that lasts 3 to 5 times longer. Annual savings, $500. 20-year invested value, approximately $22,900. You end up with a better wardrobe, you just buy it differently. Number 15, unused subscriptions. Here is the one that ties everything together. The average American has 4 to 6 recurring subscriptions they have forgotten about or rarely use. streaming services they signed up for to watch one show, a meditation app they used for 2 weeks, a cloud storage upgrade they no longer need, a magazine that arrives and goes directly to the recycling bin.
Sign
Here
the
is what
contract
makes
now.
this one
You don't have a
different from the
choice.
others.
This isn't
Companies
fair.
design
I
their
can't afford
cancellation
this.
processes to be deliberately difficult. The Federal Trade Commission calls it click to subscribe, call to cancel. You can sign up in 30 seconds. Canceling requires navigating 4 screens, answering retention questions, and sometimes calling a phone number during business hours. This is not an accident. This is architecture built to exploit the exact same inertia that keeps you paying for everything else on this list. Subscription audit services have found that the average person is spending $40 per month on subscriptions they either forgot about or would cancel if reminded. Annual savings, $480. 20-year invested value, approximately $22,000. Let me bring all 15 together. Cable television, $1,800. Textbooks, $1,200. Premium gas, $600. Extended warranties, $400. Gym memberships, $720. Bottled water, $500. Brand name medications, $360. Bank fees, $300. Food delivery markups, $1,080. Paid antivirus, $120. Cleaning products, $240. Prepackaged produce, $400. Phone upgrades, $500. Fast fashion, $500. Unused subscriptions, $480. Total annual savings, $9,200. $9,200 per year. Invested at 8% average annual returns over 20 years. That is $421,000. Let me say that differently. If you are 30 years old today and you make these 15 changes, by the time you are 50, you have an additional $421,000 in invested assets. If you wait until 40, that number drops to approximately $198,000. If you wait until 50, it drops to approximately $132,000. The compounding multiplier drops rapidly with each passing year. Now let me tell you about someone who actually did this. Her name is Andrea. She was 33 years old, working as a project coordinator at a mid-sized company in Charlotte, North Carolina, earning $58,000 per year. She was not drowning in debt, but she was not building anything either. Every month ended at roughly zero. She described it as treading water, earning a decent salary, but somehow never getting ahead. One Tuesday night in October, Andrea was scrolling through her bank app on the couch. She noticed a charge for $34.99. She did not recognize it.
Look
20
at this.
minutes of searching her email later,
$49.99.
she
Why are
found
we
it.
paying for this
A
app?
meditation app she
Because you
downloaded
forgot to
during a
cancel the
stressful
subscription
week
again.
18 months earlier. She used it twice. $34.99 times 18 months. $630 for 2 guided breathing sessions. Andrea sat there staring at her phone and thought about what else she was paying for without realizing it. That question changed everything. Andrea did not receive a raise. She did not start a side business. She did not cut out things she loved. She went through her expenses line by line and asked one question about each one. Is there a free or significantly cheaper alternative that gives me the same result? The first phase was immediate cuts. She canceled cable and switched to free streaming platforms. She called her bank and switched to an online bank with no fees. She audited her subscriptions and found 3 she had forgotten about, including that meditation app. She stopped buying
so
bottled
refreshing.
water and installed a $12 faucet filter.
And we saved
Total
$12 this
savings
month.
From phase 1, $192. She felt no difference in her daily life. The second phase took about a month of adjustments. She switched to store brand medications and cleaning products. She started buying whole produce instead of pre-cut. She stopped using delivery apps for meals she could easily pick up on the way home. Monthly savings from phase 2, $178. The only adjustment was a few extra minutes in the grocery store and a slightly different route home from work. The third phase required one decision she committed to long term. She decided to keep her phone for 3 years instead of upgrading annually. She declined every extended warranty. She checked her gas cap and confirmed her car takes regular fuel. Monthly savings from phase 3, approximately $127. Total monthly savings across all 3 phases, $497. She set up an automatic transfer to a brokerage account on the 1st of every month. In the first year, she invested $5,964. Then something shifted. At the end of that first month, Andrea opened her bank app the same way she had on that Tuesday night. But this time, there was no mystery charge. There was $192 still sitting there. Money that would normally have vanished into cable bills, bank fees, and plastic water bottles. She told a friend later that she had not felt that specific feeling in years. Not excitement, not relief, just quiet control. Her money was doing what she told it to do instead of leaking out in directions she never chose. By the end of year 3, her account held over $21,000, including market returns. Andrea does not describe what she did as cutting expenses. She describes it as waking up. She said she felt like she had been paying a tax on autopilot for years, and one Tuesday night, she simply stopped.
Our research into the Spending versus Satisfaction Index reveals a critical plateau effect, demonstrating that initial cuts often have minimal impact.
Is not linear. Cutting the first $500 of waste from your monthly budget costs you almost nothing in terms of happiness. A study from the University of Cambridge, published in 2022, found that spending aligned with personal values generates significantly more life satisfaction than spending driven by default habits or social pressure. Most of the 15 items on this list fall into the default habit category. You are not choosing them. You are simply not unchoosing them. And
let's bring these concepts to life.
That most financial content
it's not just about spending less.
The goal is not
it's about
to spend
spending
less.
consciously.
The goal is to stop spending unconsciously. Every dollar Andrea redirected was a dollar she chose not to give to a company that was counting on her not paying attention. That is not frugality. That is awareness. And once you develop that awareness, it does not shut off. It starts showing up in how you evaluate car purchases, housing decisions, insurance policies, and career moves. The skill of questioning default expenses is the same skill that prevents lifestyle inflation when your income rises. Banks understand this perfectly. Subscription companies understand this. Retailers understand this. The entire business model of recurring charges depends on inertia. Your inertia is their revenue.
Every month?
You do not audit your spending is a month.
Every month you don't
where
audit.
companies will profit
You don't
from your
audit.
autopilot. If you are in your 20s, start with the 3 easiest changes this week. Cancel cable or any streaming service you have not opened in 30 days. Switch to store brand medications on your next pharmacy trip. Check whether your car actually requires premium fuel. Those 3 changes alone save you approximately $230 per month. Set up an automatic investment transfer for that amount today. Not next month, today. In 20 years, those 3 changes alone are worth over $126,000. If you are in your 30s or 40s, do a full subscription and recurring charge audit this weekend. Log into your bank account, pull up 3 months of statements, and highlight every charge that is either automatic or habitual. For
Is
each
there a
one,
cheaper alternative?
Ask the question
Absolutely.
Andrea asked.
Let's look at your bank
Is
statement
there
and
a
find
free
ways to
or
revive your
significantly
savings today.
cheaper alternative that gives me the same result? Be honest. Most of the time, the answer is yes. Then open a Roth IRA or taxable brokerage account at Fidelity or Vanguard and set up an automatic monthly transfer for the amount you identified. Name the account something specific. Andrea named hers the Audit Fund. If you are in your 50s and feel like the compounding window is closing, you are partially right, but not completely. 15 years of $9,200 per year at 8% still becomes approximately $251,000 by your late 60s. That is a meaningful supplement to retirement income. And many of these changes, the bank fees, the delivery markups, the brand name premiums, are savings that benefit you immediately regardless of investment timeline. The relationship is bidirectional. Spending less on things that do not matter creates more money. But having more money also makes thoughtful spending feel natural rather than restrictive. Rachel does not feel deprived. She feels in control. There is an enormous psychological difference between those two states, and it shows up in every financial decision she makes. Picture 2 versions of yourself 20 years from now. In one version, you kept every expense on this list running on autopilot. The cable bill, the delivery apps, the brand name, everything, the annual phone upgrade. Each one felt small. Each one felt normal. None of them individually seemed worth the effort of changing. 20 years of those small defaults added up to $421,000 that quietly moved from your account into someone else's revenue stream. In the other version, you spent one weekend doing what Andrea did. You went line by line. You asked one simple question 15 times, and then you redirected the answer into an account that compounded silently in the background while you lived the same life, ate the same food, drove the same car, and watched the same shows. Both versions of you made their decisions this month. Both will live with the math. Most people watching this will nod, agree with the logic, and change nothing. The subscription stays. The premium gas keeps flowing. The delivery app stays on the home screen. A small percentage will pause this video, open their bank app, and start the audit tonight. Rachel is 41 now. Last month at another office lunch, her coworkers were talking about retirement anxiety, how they cannot picture stopping work, how the numbers never seem to add up. Rachel smiled and said nothing. She did not need to. Her numbers add up just fine. What you do with that same decision will determine